what the birdhouse does is you have life experiences and I have life experiences, and they're very different. And I always say that I've never walked in your shoes and you've never walked in mine. I can only explain what it's like to go through what I go through, and you could explain. But what's interesting is when you put the birdhouse, the pieces of the birdhouse down between us, we have a commonality, and we can talk about those parts. Because if I ask you the question, who are you now in this moment, we can both answer that question. It kind of takes the past out of it, or it takes maybe the specific experience of suicide, or my son dying in a car accident, or a child dying from cancer. It kind of takes that element out of it, because it's not really about the tragedy per se. It's about how we move forward after the tragedy, how we live our lives after. And that's what the birdhouse does. It gives us common grounds to work on together. That's where the power of the Birdhouse Project. Each piece of the birdhouse has a specific question attached to it. And so that's what we do, is we work on each piece, and then we put it all together. And as they work on each piece, they write on each piece. So it's what it does. It's interesting, because it takes what we have bouncing around in our minds, and it actually gives it a place. So it makes grief tangible. It's really the spark that gets them to search who they are. Because if you walk around and you don't know, then you really don't know what to work on. But I think it's in that moment when you're like, I don't know who I am. It kind of sparks you to go, I need to figure this out. And it gives you some focus on self, That's what it does, I believe.